that drive just as fast because they're from California.
But first, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was said first we want to thank everyone that stood up for us. I keep hearing bells. Is something going on back there?
Angels are getting wings.
No, just angels getting wings. Okay. So first of all, I want to thank Reverend Diane. Thank you so much for your beautiful talk last week.
And the beautiful, wonderful Sue
Wood, who took the place of two people. Where is she?
It's so nice to see.
Oh, there she is. Thank you, Sue.
So nice to see how you all behave when we're gone.
And also to everyone who just stepped up, and Angela and everyone that just carried on while we were gone, because it's really important that we get that time away. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
And we also have a very special treat today. We have lots of treats for you today, but Ryan and Kieran are on the live streaming back there. Give it up for them. And what's so exciting about that is you don't see Charles back there, do you? No, you don't.
They're flying solo today.
And with a wonderful Jonathan back there and Barbara on sound too. That is great.
All right, so without further ado, we've got an opening song with Jeremy and Amy Brown.
We're not doing the candle yet. That's the second part.
Oh, I forgot. We'll do it when he does the piece. Well, it's amazing because we are in it, each and every one of us, and we are beautiful. We are beautiful, amazing, divine expressions of the one power, the one love, the one light. So how could life not be beautiful? What's greater than that? Nothing. And we bring that here today to this time together, and we magnify it. We express it. We express it fully. That's our theme today. And I know that everything that we do today comes from that place, that highest, highest, highest place, and that we are blessed and blessed and blessed. And those that are not with us are blessed also. So we send that energy out, that energy of love, that energy of unity, that energy of the one consciousness. I bless it, I let it be, and I let it just go as we affirm. And so it is.
It's a spiritual hoedown. Yes, that's what we call a spiritual hoedown. Right? You feeling it?
So before we go any further, before we do our affirmation and our new month, we want to take a moment just to settle into the idea of peace that lies within each and every one of us. To see and know that peace in the world for wherever peace seems to be missing. We can just allow it to be there by just knowing that it begins with us. So let's take a moment of silence for peace. And so I just let peace be. And so it is.
So it is.
Yeah. So welcome again to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, the home of the Institute of Magnificence. Whichever way we say it, we are magnificent, and we are here together to know that. And for those of you that might be here for the first time and you don't know what this is all about, it's about love, first of all. It's about one consciousness. It's about your powerful presence on earth and what that means to each and every person that feels it, that you enact with. You have an amazing intelligence within you, a power, a divine light that's up for anything, and it's greater than anything, and it's who and what you are. And as you use it, as you actually use it, as you actually come from that place in your life, there really isn't anything you can't do. So welcome here today as we celebrate that, we celebrate each other, and we celebrate this beautiful place that we get to live. Yes.
And this is the month of
Express.
Express. Do you feel you express yourself well? Yes? Yeah, that was really a resounding. I said, do you feel like you express yourself? And then it was one person over. Okay. You know, we're not forcing you to say it if you're not expressing it. I mean, it's all up to you. But we do have a mantra, an affirmation. And affirmations, just so you'll know why they're powerful, they're only powerful if we believe what we are saying and what we are feeling. It's nice to say words, and they're beautiful, and they go really well on cards. But when it comes from the heart is what actually anchors it. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
You were quite awake last week with Reverend Diane. I see that expressing is the whole month we'll be doing it. So, I express my highest and best self now. Now we can do that. Ready?
I express my highest and best self now.
Now they're awake. Let's do it. I express my highest and best self now.
Yeah, and you can skip down to that because I already
So,
know that.
who is here for the very first time and not afraid to say it? Well, actually,
Back there?
Right there.
Welcome.
Usually we recognize by the lay that you're about to. Yes, there we go. And actually, our wonderful, wonderful Reverend Gary and Reverend Barbara are actually here kind of for the first time. It's been
So's Michelle.
and 10 years, and Michelle, new place. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So we have something to share with you. I guess there's another thing going. There we go. Are you ready? Oh, look at that little one.
Oh.
Oh, you don't mind if I do that, do you? Hi, your baby. Are you good? Yeah. I'm not. Once you pass 60, you're not worried about baby talking anymore because it's okay now. But we want to let you know something, especially you just coming into this world. Woo! You ready to let them know who they are? We have another one coming in, and give them a lay too. There you go. Aloha.
All right.
Good to see you.
Well, let's let them know who they are.
Okay, you ready?
You are magnificent. Yay.
But I bet that you already know that, don't you? And we know that about you because we know that about ourselves. So shall we together just say, I am magnificent. And since we don't do anything alone, we're all on this spiritual team together. Shall we it? We are magnificent. And there's a whole bunch of people watching on live stream, and just so in case you didn't know, and that camera is straight in the middle back there, so let them know. We know some people are a little under the weather, are they not? So I know that Sue Buckley's back there in that camera. You are magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right. I don't care what you do anymore. Just say it. Just say it out.
That's right. Gary's next.
Gary.
Yeah, Gary's next.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bring your attention
That's okay.
back here.
They're vibing. Oh.
We have a special treat today. We have three visiting ministers. That's so awesome. Anyway, so we're going to first welcome up Reverend Gary Altman, who's going to do our blessing of the land today. And he has something special planned. I have no idea what it is. But he's been thinking about it since he got here last week.
And we know all about Reverend Gary.
Cut it down from a half hour.
Together.
So cut it down to
a what?
half hour.
Half hour. Okay. You sound like Patrick.
No. I am uniquely qualified, I think, to bless the land. At least 5% uniquely qualified, 5% Hawaiian. But that's a long story, so you can ask me about that heritage after the service. But let's go back maybe 1,000 years when no one was here, and some Polynesian navigators pushed off from what's now French Polynesia in these boats with those pontoon canoes, and they had a few supplies, some chickens, some pigs, and some sweet potato roots and some other vegetable roots, and they ended up here, and they created a home for themselves, and they started building a life on these islands. And we're standing on that land now. And let's speed up to 10 years ago when another couple travelers hopped on a flying pontoon with the wings out there as the pontoons, and came to this island with an idea in their mind. It was an idea at that time for this vision of Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. That was Rita and Patrick. We came over slightly after that, and we planted seeds all over this island 10 years ago, putting little notes all over bulletin boards all over this island, announcing that new thought was coming right here to join the rich culture that's already here. And now I just recognize all that history, all this new history, all this history that's going to be written by each of you, and take that and recognize that where we're at, this land is sacred. This spot is created with a sacred thought. And I call it good. I call it beautiful. I call it wonderful. It's just amazing and magnificent. And I'm so grateful for these friends of mine that had let us come here and stay and share their home with us. And I just open up and allow this service to progress just like it is. It's going to have the perfect message. For every person in this room, it's going to have the perfect message. I recognize that, and with gratitude, I open up and accept the gifts that this land is putting forth for me to harvest and to live in. And all you beautiful people out there are so lucky to be right here, right now, in this moment. And I just release these words. Together we join in and say, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Reverend Gary.
Thank you.
Got it? All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy and Amy.
So the song that we chose is written by Kaylee Raichel, a song called Kaua'i Punahele. And it speaks of the returning love getting back together. So and of course about the beautiful land, Maui, Wailuku in particular. So we hope you guys enjoy our rendition of Kaua'i Punahele.
Thank you. And thank you, Reverend Gary, for a beautiful blessing of our land and including us in this wonderful history of this beautiful island that used to be underwater and now came up to be right where it is, right here and right now.
So,
Are we going to talk about our little girl?
yes, our little girl is back. She's not quite a little girl, but she's
She
a powerhouse.
is our baby.
Maybe many of you remember Michelle LeMay, Reverend Michelle LeMay. She's back on island, and for those of you who don't know her, she was a very vibrant member and on our board and became a practitioner here and then went off to the mainland to do lots of things and become a minister there. So you want to put that
There you go.
It looks like you've already been.
And she has a very famous workshop that she started called This Stuff Really Works.
Well, we'll let her
And
tell
she's
you
got
that.
T-shirts.
All right, take it
So
away.
take it away. Give it up again for beautiful Reverend Michelle LeMay.
Aloha, everyone. Thank you for the welcome back. It feels so good and it feels so great to be in this space. When the Rev said, asked me to share a little bit about really being fully expressed as a traveling minister, I have literally had 1,000 different thoughts come through, so we shall see where this goes. But the biggest thought that I had was these memories when I was in ministerial class, because we each kept getting asked, what do we want to do with our ministry? What do we want to do? Do we want to open a center? Where do we want to take this? And I kept saying I wanted to be a traveling minister. And I didn't really know what that meant at the time. It was just something I kind of threw out there because I love to travel. Not only is it my profession as a tour director, which I've been doing for several years now, but it is my passion, and I truly feel fully expressed when I'm traveling. And it's not something I knew for sure I was ready to give up. But also, I felt like it was like the easy answer. Like, oh yeah, Michelle's gonna say something about traveling because that's what she does, that's who she is. But what I recognized since then, and this might be like a spoiler alert, that it's so much more because I actually physically travel. It's because everywhere I go, there I am. So it might be the same for you all. Wherever you go, there you are. And you don't need to be a minister to have a ministry. So for me, I saw that I was exactly where I needed to be everywhere I ended up. And again, I didn't need to finish ministerial school and get the Reverend before my name to learn that. But it just so happens I get to work with a lot of people, like hundreds and hundreds of people every year, and bring them to really cool, beautiful, unique places and help them to get to see that. But I get to do that in a very unique way, and I get to share myself with them. But I only get to do that if I'm open and if I'm fully expressing myself. And as I was sitting here during meditation time this morning, I realized that I have a completely different idea of what being fully expressed means. I used to think it meant bigger things, like I had to be famous or talking in front of thousands of people or have all these books written. But really, what it means to me now is that I just have to show up how I'm really doing in that moment, whatever that is. And that each and every one of us can do that too. And so being fully expressed for me is the times when I don't want to be fully expressed and still doing it anyways, or taking that step, not knowing where that step is gonna lead me, and taking that step anyways. Moving off a really beautiful island when my husband and I had a plan, and having that plan completely fall apart and moving anyway, and being guided, because I do really believe we have that inner guidance, that trajectory that tells us every step of the way where to go. And if I'm open and I listen and then I follow, it leads me to the next step and to the next step. And what Ron and I did is exactly that when we moved here, from here. And we were exactly where we needed to be. And throughout our trip, people thought we were insane for leaving Kauai, during a pandemic. Then people thought we were insane for doing a road trip during a pandemic. And then people thought we were insane for moving to Florida during a pandemic. So we were just insane. And we were totally okay with that, because we were following what we were being guided to do. And we knew we were being guided for ourselves. And so we had to shut out everybody else and listen to ourselves. And sometimes that was hard to do. It was very loud around us. It was very loud around us. But when we got quiet first with ourselves and then we came together, we knew what we had to do next. And time after time after time, we were told by people that we were with that we showed up exactly when they needed us. And we didn't know that. We were just following. And that's how I feel that we were living our ministry as traveling ministers, with or without ministerial school, with or without the Rev in front of my name. It was just showing up because I listened. And for me, ministerial school was all about the personal transformation I had to go through to be able to listen, to hear, to then follow, and then act on that. And with this month's theme of expansion, I knew that I had to leave the island to expand and to expand our life. And before we moved, had someone told us what the next 3.5 years would encompass, I don't know if I would have moved. Without getting into the story of it, but you can probably tell by my eyes and this really, really fake smile. It's been a lot, and it's been not what I planned. And I know that every single part of it has been on point and on purpose because it happened. So being fully expressed can be big, and it can be just taking that next step and showing up just as you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. One more time for Michelle and May. You guys, so good to have you back.
Welcome back, Michelle.
Take out all your wasted honor, every little past frustration. Take out all your so-called problems, better put them in quotation. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Walking like a one-man army, fighting with the shadows in your head, living on the same old moment, knowing you'll be better off instead. If you could only say what you need to say, 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 say what you need to say. Have no fear for giving in. Have no fear for giving all of it. You better know that in the end, it's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say. Even if your hands are shaking and your faith is broken, even as the eyes are closing, do it with a heart wide open, a wide heart. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say, 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 what you need to say, what you need to say, say what you need to say, say what you need to say, Say what you need to say. All right.
Wow. I feel like you were just talking to me, just going, say what you need to say, Rita, say what you need to say. All right, I'm going to say what I need to say. I'm going to start with this first class thing that's been going around about Patrick and I. I just want to clear the air about it. Because we were upgraded to first class on both our flights. We didn't pay extra for it. But there is a method to it, and it's called principle. But I'm going to tell you, there's also things you do in the world of form, but in reality, it's about principle. Everything is about principle, because as you think, so it is. No matter what you want to say about that, that is the truth. It's the truth of our teaching. It's the truth. It's done to you as you believe. So it isn't about manifesting a first-class ticket. It's about a style, a attitude, a belief of how you want to live. So a long time ago, I was taking a flight, I think, to go see my kids, and I don't think we had a whole lot of money, and I was just like, okay, I got my ticket, right? And Patrick goes, you're going first class. Just go first class. And it was an idea that I was going to treat myself well. I was going to walk like I was first class. I was going to meet people, and they were going to be great, and people were going to smile, and I was going to have great experiences. And that's where it all started. So every time I travel, I do that. I fully express that. I just say, I'm traveling first class. And then, yes, I travel business class, so you get upgraded sometimes on Delta Airlines. Thank you, Delta, wherever you are. That does happen, but to have it happen 2 times in a row, I really think and know that there is something to be said to that. But even if it hadn't happened, we still said we're going first class, because that's the way we want to travel. We want to be happy. We want to meet good people. We want to, treat ourselves to a drink or a meal or something. We want to go first class. And so I just wanted to clear that out of the air. It's possible for everybody. So this is about being fully expressed, this talk title. I think it was great. It was really good to travel to get off the island, and I realized I hadn't been off the island for like a whole year, and that I was getting kind of stale in a way, just kind of like needing to just expand myself somehow. So even though I don't enjoy Los Angeles that much, I feel like it's like, and it was. And my dear husband drove the whole time, and driving on a 1-lane highway, driving on 7 lanes, going 75 miles an hour is like a lot of difference. Anyway, but what I realized when I was gone is I really needed to leave. Like, I needed to have a new perspective. I needed to see what was going on in the world. I needed to be able to experience life, because if we don't experience life where we are, I love that you said that, where you are, no matter what it is, then you get stale. And that's the way I was feeling. And I got this opportunity to sit in on a ministerial class with a bunch of 15 people that are getting their minister's license, and have these discussions that were so powerful. And I was like, oh my God, I really miss this. I miss that meeting of the minds where you just question everything, and you have these amazing discussions, and you take principle and do this and that. So after I was done with that, I made a decision. And I wasn't going to do it, but I'm doing it. And I enrolled in a doctoral class. So I'm really glad. Michelle's already. So I'm excited, because the class basically says question everything. It's an advanced consciousness class, and it's just like question everything. So I think it's important to question everything. We're told things in our life that aren't necessarily true, and we believe them. Like, what's true, right? So it is important to question everything. And I look forward to taking this class and having that opportunity to question everything. Even what I say, I believe. Just question it and say, is it really true now? And that's what I love about the science of mind and New Thought, is that it's current. You have to take it to living. You have to take it to where you are. You have to take it. God is not something that doesn't change. God changes because you change, because you're expressing that. So it's important to question everything. What do you believe? What do you truly believe? And is it working in your life? And if it's not, maybe you could believe something else. And that's possible. And last night, we changed our movie for this month because we were going to show Barbie, but we'll show it next month. Because we watched Naiad. Has anybody seen it? Okay, well, you can watch it with us, or you can watch it ahead of time. It's a beautiful film about Diana Naiad, the person that swam from Cuba to Florida, and she made, I won't tell you, give the spoiler alert of it, but what it was and why it fits Fully Expressed is because she had a passion to do something, and everything was against her. I mean, she shouldn't have. Like, she tried many times in her life, and she didn't accomplish it. And she was 60 years old when she decided that she was going to do it again, and 60 years old. And then I thought of myself, because I was 60 years old when we started this center 10 years ago. And most people would think of starting something when they're 60 years old. But what I got from that movie is that it's never too late to do anything you want to do, and you can start over any time, right, Ruth Doobie? You can start, and Gabriella, you can start over any time you want to, and just by saying, I decide to do it. I decide to do it. And it doesn't mean you're not going to have obstacles. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have challenges, as Michelle was saying. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but you can do it. And I know you can do it. And I go, why did we start this center? And I'm just talking for myself. I started this center because I believe that we have to take responsibility for our lives, and we have to learn how powerful we are, and we have to use the power. We have to use it. What does that look like? What does it look like to use it? It looks like thinking higher thoughts and then acting on them. Because if we don't act on them, there's no point in just sitting in la-la land thinking, oh God, I'm God, she's God, if we're not going out in the world and acting it. But when I came here, I believed in this philosophy, and I believed it could help people. And I believed it could help people when they were going through challenges, because when you go to that deeper energy of yourself, you can walk through anything. You can walk through anything. And I've seen my people that inspire me do that use this teaching and have had great losses in their lives and illnesses and everything else, and yet they walk through it because they know there's something more than what they're experiencing in the world of form. And to me, that's really fully expressed. So what I'm knowing is that as we progress in the center, because we didn't come to this bigger space to just sit here and not do anything. We have to go out in the world and fully express ourselves. We have to let people know how powerful they are. We have to help them if they're not feeling it. We have to help them. We can't really actually make them, but we can be examples. We can put the footsteps in the sand. There's a lady, her name is Sue Rubin. Many of us know her that are in this teaching. She's in her 90s, and she got hit by a car. And she laid in the road, and all she said to herself was, and I would call her the Emma Curtis Hopkins, if you know who that is, of our teaching, because she's no nonsense, and she really believes it. She laid in the road, getting hit by a car in her 90s or late 80s, and just kept saying, God is, I am. God is, I am. And she repeated it over and over and over. And she went through her challenges. She went to the doctor. Obviously, she had to get herself put back together. She left her convalescent home, and she's living on her own now. And she was at the gala the other night. Fine, she's fine. But she really believes it. And that's what, to me, what this teaching can do. When somebody really, 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 really believes that that presence and that power is within them, and they use it, they can walk through anything. And for me, she made footsteps. We make footsteps in the sand for people when we do something that's powerful. We make footsteps in the sand, and people get to follow them to whatever it is that they want to do, because they say, wow, if she could do it, I can do it. If he could do it, I can do it. And I think that we're not just here for ourselves. We're here to grow ourselves and be bigger and amazing and to fulfill all of that and everything, but we're not just here for ourselves. We're here to help others, too. We're here to help others. We can't make somebody do something, but we can at least be an example, and that's how we help others. And then we take their hand when they're fallen, and we just say, hey, have you ever thought about this? And we lead others. So this is important to me. I just feel it's the time. I say it every time I'm up here. It's the time. And we're the ones. There's nobody else that's going to do it. There's no politician that's going to do it. There's no, our fathers, our mothers. We're the ones that are going to do it. We're the ones here. We're the ones with the assignment. And it's not too late. It's not too late. People would like us to think it is, but it's not too late to be your greatness, to be your amazing, self-expressed person, whatever that is. For each of you, it's different. But you're not done. Nobody's done. Diana and I, let me know that. Nobody is done. You're here until you're done, then maybe you'll be done and you'll go on to your next thing. But, I love it. In the Hindu tradition, they call it the Great Departure. I thought, oh my God, what a great turn for dying, not transition even, the Great Departure. Guru Deva made his Great Departure, and I'm like, that's like great. That says to me, when this is done, there'll be a great departure and there'll be something great happening. So, but for now, we are here, our feet are planted here, and we have things to do, and we have to take whatever it is ours to do and do it. It's as simple as that. So, it's good. I feel like it's good to be away. It's really good to be back. It's good to have my friends here. It's good. It's really beautiful. So, with that being said, and to know that, there's this quote by Ernest Holmes. It's in the, and I'm going to close with it before I introduce our next guest, that he says at the end of we read it at Rob Jones's memorial, the Sermon by the Sea, and at the very end of it, he writes this: there is a power transcendent beyond our needs, our little wants. Demonstrating a dime is good if one needs it, or healing oneself of a pain is certainly good if one has it. But beyond that, at the real feast of the tabernacle of the Almighty and the temple of the living God, in the banquet hall of heaven, there is something beyond anything that you and I have touched. So, right, it's all right to take care of our needs that we have in this world, in the world of form, but there's something so much greater behind that that's ours to experience. And that's really what's it about. That's what it's about. So with that said, our next guest is going to sing a song that's just about that. So that's what I love. And her name is Barbara Altman, Reverend Barbara Altman, Gary's wife. And you're going to love her. She's amazing. And she's a nightingale. Do you want this thing moved? Yeah, let's move it either way. And as soon as Jonathan is ready, because she's singing with a tract. Okay, come on up there. I love you. Okay. Oh, the mic? Yes, that will be good. You will need that. She's on number 2.
And
Barbara.
thank you. And I know this morning I said that I wasn't going to say anything before I sang, but
Don't give a minister a mic. Okay.
I love expansion, expression, and to me, this song is about that divine urge to experience more, to express more, and giving yourself the freedom to do that. So here we go. Let me run through a field in the night. Let me lift from the ground till my soul is in flight. Let me sway like the shade of the tree. Let me swirl like a cloud in a storm on the sea. Wish me on my way through the dawning day. I wanna flow, wanna rise, wanna spill, wanna grow in a grove on the side of a hill. I don't care if the train runs late, if the checks don't clear, if the house blows down. I'll be off where the weeds run wild, where the seeds fall far from this earthbound town. Then I'll start to soar. Watch me rain till I pour. I'll catch a ship that'll sail me astray, get caught in a I'm traveling upon before I am gone.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful.
Honey.
Oh,
Give it up again, shall
for
we?
doing that.
Really? I mean, really? I say it all the time. What could I possibly add? I kind of almost mean it this time. That was just absolutely beautiful. The beautiful thing about it is they are staying with us at a very, very low rate nightly. And so, oh, Lord. Anyway, so Barbara was saying, oh, is this, do you have the music? And she just had it on her phone, and she went to play, and she's sitting on the couch, and we're just all sitting there, and she just like burst out in it, and I'm like, wow. Next thing I know, I was just like on the couch going, oh. It was just like taking me away. It was just so beautiful. The lyrics were just beautiful. So this has been, there's a couple lines I want to share in the of the lyrics that I was telling her that I had. It said, I want to be at a place in life when I can actually say this. I don't care if the train runs late, if the checks don't clear, if the house blows down. I'll be off where the weeds run wild, where the seeds fall far from this earthbound town. Could I actually be that free to say no to worry, to say no to stress, to say no? And the answer is yes, if I choose to. It's a wonderful song because it reminds us that sometimes I think, what does fully expressed mean? And you know me, if you've been around a while, if you're new, I like to fully express. Very big. But that's not really fully expressed. Fully expressed is when you remember who you are. And it's wonderful, and it's gentle, and it's loving. I did a podcast the other day for my book, Memoir of a Little Man, and she said, when she started, she said, before we get going, Patrick, I just want to let you know that I feel so sad after I read your book. I feel sad. And at first I wanted to defend that, right? And go, well, it was really meant for inspiration, and I was going to go micromanage it, and I just stopped and I went, thank you for your experience. Because there's nothing wrong with somebody looking at something and saying, I love you. I'm sorry that ever had to have happened to you. And so I think that's in life, right? In life, it's not that we're getting out of anything. This teaching, I love it because of what Rita was talking about, that we get the opportunity to take full responsibility. And I'm sorry, I can't make you think it's not blaming yourself. I say it all the time. It's not about blaming. It's not about blaming. But it's not. But if you think of taking responsibility for yourself means that you need to blame yourself and condemn yourself, I would ask you and invite you, please don't. Because life is so delicious. There's nothing to get through anymore. It's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix. There's only another choice to be made. I also have this wonderful, wonderful quote from this man. You guys are like so popular. It's like, Yeah, he wrote this book, and we got the first copy of it, but he wrote it a long time ago. And I thought, well, why aren't you sharing this? It was his photography, it was his words, and this is one that I took with to share today. Only once will it pass this way. The light of the universe flowing through you. Let's just stop there for a minute. The universe, the cosmos, flowing through you, as this incredible little life that reminds us of, we used to be that small, by the way. We used to be that little baby, that little life that's sitting back there. Thank you for being my prop. I enjoy that. Don't forget to let this world know that you were here. Now, there are people that would say it's not important that you knew I was here. I don't need a legacy. Well, for me, I want one. I wanted you to remember that I was here, not out of how great Patrick was, but what a difference I made just by being here. And it says, no one will ever be able to touch it like you, the fingerprint of your soul. Did you know that? No one can do you. So why are we working so hard not to? No one can do you. When I really embraced that, I remember in my days of acting, casting directors would say, just be yourself. No, no one can do you. And that is the absolute truth. The actors that you watch upon the films and you see them, you go, there's just something about them. What they did was they took that essence of themselves and they allowed the character. That's what I loved about acting, was not becoming something else, but allowing me to get into the skin of whoever it was. If it was someone violent, if it was somebody mean, that was another, I would go, wow. Because a person that's violent and a person that's mean, I used to play kind of crazy roles, psycho roles, only because when I get excited, I look crazy. Like when I go like this and I go, wow, you know what it's like to be, and they're like, woo. Oh, yeah, crazy man. The only thing crazy is not to fully express yourself, in my opinion. So there was another line from your beautiful song. It says, I don't know, but maybe I'm just a fool. I should keep to the ground. I should stay where I am at. Maybe everyone has hunger like this, and that hunger will pass. Don't let it pass. We don't want that hunger to pass. That's the divine urge. I want to thank a person that I knew that always asks me, I talk about self-love a lot. And this person's always going, yeah, but how do you do it? How do you do it? So and I'm always irritated. I'm always irritated. And if you're in the room, you know that's true. Because I'm going, what do you mean, how do you love? Oh, yeah, it's great that you have self-love, but how do you do it? How do you do it? So I thought I would turn it around this time and say, it's in my face a lot. This person has asked me a lot. So I went, oh, my God. Here comes another book. Here comes another book. And I did, and I started, and I said, you want to know how to love yourself? And I actually started mapping out, how do you love yourself? And I just went, wow. And it's called, How Do You Love Yourself? Let Me Count the Ways. So I'm at number 50 now. So I'm telling you that it was a wonderful thing. If you think something in your life is up in your face, it's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. And the reason for me was, you're going to talk about self-love so much, then how do you self-love? And I won't get into all 50, but I'll tell you one thing. If you don't make a decision to love yourself, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And so the first thing I did is I went on a beautiful treasure hunt to find out everything that's in Patrick's life that's lovable. What is lovable about Patrick? I bet you have just lists, don't you? So yes, you do. So what I'm seeing here about fully expressing is that wherever you go, there you are. Life is a first-class experience. And I just want you to know that it didn't just happen twice. It happens quite a bit. But one funny thing is we kept getting upgraded, and I flew by myself. And I said, you just wait to see here. They charged me for my bags. And I went, wait. I traveled with my wife, and we're pretty first class. I suggest you start traveling with your wife a little more. And that is only because her name's on it all. Her name's on everything. So, I want to read this thing about self-love. You don't know who I'm looking at. I want to read this. I wrote it this morning. Self-love does not require isolation to fully express love. Do we not sometimes feel like, that feeling when you're with yourself meditating? Oh, love is so easy. Self-love does not require isolation to fully express. Self-love meets the world just as it is from its natural state, which is love. I'll leave you with that again. Self-love does not require isolation to fully express love for oneself. Self-love meets the world just as it is from its natural state, which is love. So, how do I love myself? Oh, it's beautiful. I'm just going to bathe in it. Hold on. How do I love myself? Start counting. Namaste.
Even if your hands are shaking and your faith is broken, even as the eyes are closing, do it with a heart wide open, a wide heart. Say what you need to say, 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 say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say.
Thank you, Patrick Feren. That was amazing.
What a fun day with all these little surprises.
I know, it's been
guests.
so great. So if you have been spiritually nourished today, just consider giving back to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. This is our time of giving, our time of practicing the law of circulation. So you can give in many ways. You can give by check, you can give by cash, you can give on the internet by Breeze or PayPal and Venmo. We have so many ways. So thank you for what comes in here. It helps us to go forward and express this ministry, this center in many, many wonderful ways. So thank you. And I think we have a affirmation to read.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
We used to have a jar here that's not here right now. And the reason that we don't have it is that was our building fund for here. So it's kind of our piggy bank and everything, but we thought that change is good. Okay, change is good. So if you don't see it here, that's because it's away from being counted by the wonderful Miss Angela.
Yeah, so here's our
For our
affirmation.
current.
It's divine love consecrates my gift. Divine love consecrates my gift. It does. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It is evidence of my conviction that my supply is unlimited. It is evidence of my conviction that my supply is unlimited. I give freely today to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, knowing it returns to me abundantly. I give freely today to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, knowing it returns to me abundantly. Thank you. I believe we have a song. An old song.
Blessed am I, Spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, Spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, Spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, Spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Let's sing, all right. Blessed am I, Spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am.
Okay. Me? That was God. Yeah. So I just give great thanks for these beautiful, amazing blessings in this basket and beyond, and all that comes in online and all that comes in monthly. It's all one thing. It's the energy of God in action and through each and every one of us. So I'm grateful for what this work does in the world and through each and every one of us. And I know that we are blessed abundantly by giving and receiving. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is. Thank you.
Do we have other?
All right.
The youth,
So-
are they ready?
Okay, before the kids come in, I'm going to start the announcements so we don't have to wait for them,
Right.
and I'm sure they'll be here. So, couple of things that are still happening is T-shirts are still on sale. The 10th anniversary T-shirts are on sale, and they will be gone soon, I know, because our 10th year will be over. So if you want one, now's the time. And our Tree of Change, people want to know what that is. It is a way that we donated to build this place. And we're building a tree that will be in the foyer over there to express all the gratitude that we have for everyone that gave to the building of this place. And look who's here.
Look
oh my
who's
God,
here.
they're so cute.
Hey. Yay.
All right, I think they need a
Ah, now you'll be able to see who I've been talking to this whole time. Oh.
mic. Sorry you didn't get to sing your song. You can sing it when they leave. All right, hi, Miss Lillian. Oh, I have to look at this. I have to see it.
There we
To appreciate it, I have to see it.
Am I live? So today, we learned about the ABCs of Hawaii. And we
Yeah.
asked each child to write down 1 to 3 things that started with their name. And so what did you write on yours? Can you say it? Eel?
You
And eat?
eat
Okay. And what did you write on yours?
everything.
And what did you write on yours? They're so cute. On the back? Keepsakes. Say it louder.
Keepsake.
Keepsakes.
Nice.
And what did you write on your back?
Deal with each other.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we had fun and we did circles and touched the ground and touched the sky. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you.
So let's wait, don't
Wait,
forget
we
we're
got
gonna
to
tell
give you our blessing.
You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you.
I will be gentle with myself. I will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment. I will be gentle with myself. I will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment.
All right. Because that's going to be important.
Yeah.
But we want to know that there's choir rehearsal tomorrow, 6:38 with Barbara Davis back there. Thank you.
Barbara Davis.
Everybody is welcome, and they are singing on the next Sunday, right? Yes. And then that would be next Sunday. And then also there is an open mic on Tuesday night for anybody that would like to come and share open mic, but also those that want to come and watch, please come and join us because it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's Tuesday night at 6:30. Yes. And now Patrick.
You can do this one. I'll go
Okay.
on this one.
And that next Sunday is our Thanksgiving potluck here. So we are going to be eating turkey, and so bring something to share. And seems like we've had a lot of potlucks, but why not have one
It's
more?
okay,
Okay.
they never
So-
mind.
Yeah.
But do me a favor. Sign up, something you think you're going to bring, because that will determine how big a turkey we buy. So if there's a lot of people on there, then we'll do it. But we haven't been able to do it before. It was before COVID that we did our annual Thanksgiving potluck. So this is going to be very cool, and we got that beautiful space out there. Speaking of which, I'm going to have you listen very carefully. I don't like to do this so like a teacher type thing, but this is the first year we have been invited to the interfaith from All Saints, and all of the churches are coming together, and they have a service at 10 o'clock over at, and you know where it is, because that's where the Sacred Earth Choir, they do their shows. There's right across the way at All Saints, and that's at 10 o'clock, so each one of us...
At 10 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day.
On Thanksgiving Day. Okay, so before that, on the eve of Thanksgiving, we have 100 plastic chairs that we said we would let them use so that we could all have some, so that they could sit and have their meal. So what we need for that is a truck to deliver it over there, and then the next day after the event, go and bring them back. So 2 things are happening. It's very cool. This is for everyone. I think last week or 1 week we were making it sound like it was only for people that were quote unquote in need or whatever. That is not it. That's for all of us to join together from 11 to 1 over in the big, what do they call it? The barn, the red barn. Yeah, so they're going to have dinner. So what we need, and here they deliver to people. So at this station, they're going to be putting the boxes in the cars, and the cars are going to take that to people who cannot get out of their homes to have dinner. So I love that. That's happening here. Over there, it's where we're actually serving them and doing that. So I want us to have a really good, yes, Diane? Oh, good.
Okay, do you need help lifting them?
Thursday, that would be after the cleanup. Oh, that's great. What's great about this how they're organizing it, I never even knew it. They said, would you let everybody know the setup's only an hour. There's so many people that it gets set up and it breaks down. I go, how long? And they go, an hour. And it's the same with breaking down here, breaking down there. They want everybody out by like 1 o'clock, 1:30. So get a chance to get over there, meet some people, say that we're a part of this community. This beautiful center has been in the corner over there at the professional building, which I never say anything but wonderful things, but now we're out in the open and we're a part of everything. So let's really make a really good showing for that. How you do that, I'll keep my list, but there's also back there to sign up. Important to have your number and email if possible, because the reason it has to be done now is I have to turn in all of the volunteers, not turn you in, but turn all of the volunteers' sheets in tomorrow. So if you're here today and you want to help, it's really a very limited
There's different areas
stuff.
You can help in.
Yeah,
It's
here,
not everything.
over there. Don't forget to come at 10, clean up, set up, and give it to them. And if you want to be a driver, if that excites you, then there's a sign up for that too, and you can get your little information.
Yeah,
It's
but
very organized. It may not
they
sound
are
like
really
it from
organized.
me, but they're
The
very
driving
organized.
is you just pull your car up here, they give you the meals and the addresses and the maps, and then you drive the stuff to the location and,
Yeah.
and give it to the people and leave. That's basically.
That's it.
They're a very
Okay.
well-oiled machine.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff going on back there. We have our first Cosmic Connection Hour coming up. We have so much back there. We are a community, as Rita was saying before, we are a community that we are changing a lot of things, but we do not want to forget that we're also an educational community, and that's for the new year. We have a lot of ideas for workshops and things. The men and women groups, they're coming back to either probably at the end of December, and so we're back up, everyone. So if you're here for the first time, once again, you are magnificent. You are magnificent, and
Let's have a closing song.
I love you. That's all
You
there is to
ready?
it.
Back there, the beautiful Jeremy and Amy Brown are going to
We're
close
ready.
us out, and you're going to do the thank yous.
Oh yeah.
Don't you feel it growing day by day? People getting ready for the news. Some are happy, some are sad. Whoa, gonna let the music play. What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how. Gotta get a message, get it on through. Lord, now mama, don't you ask me why. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music all the time. Well, I know you know better everything I say. Meet me in the country for the day. We'll be happy and we'll dance. Whoa, gonna let the music play. If I'm feeling good to you and you're feeling good to me, there ain't nothing we can do or say. Feeling good, feeling fine. Oh, baby, let the music play. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music all the time.
While you're listening to the music, I'm going to dance the gratitude. Let's start with some gratitude, shall we? Let's start with Angela, who's in the back right there. I see who she is. Give it up for Angela. And our wonderful, wonderful, beautiful special guest. We got Reverend Michelle, Reverend Barbara, who sang like a nightingale. And we can't forget our 5%, Reverend Gary Oltman. 5% Hawaiian, don't forget it. Give it up for just Anna Myers and Luis Pinel. They're back there with the Malama team. Oh, and Glenn Head and Sue are back there counting all that wonderful, wonderful, contributions. And we have, who do we have? We had Miss Loya with our children. And we have, we're talking Orion and Kieran. Uh-oh, give it up there, first time flying solo. And we have Barbara back there. Give it up for Jonathan, who was out back there flying too. And we have that, And we have one beautiful, beautiful, you guys go, Reverend Rita, we can't forget. Jeremy and Amy. Give it up. And if we forgot anybody, just let you know, you've never forgotten. You're never alone. And you're always filled with appreciation from our heart, from our community, and from that cosmic connection. So we let that be so, and so it is.
So it is. Like a lazy rolling river, it's surrounding castles in the sky. And the crowd is growing bigger, listening for the happy times, gonna have to let them fly. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music all the time. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, whoa, listen to the music all the time.
So have a beautiful day. Aloha.
Beautiful. And Angela's back there. If you have any questions, she'll show you where to sign in. I've got a clipboard. Please do not leave without signing up if you're here. Oh.